So last time I checked, all YouTubers are entrepreneurs.
We have moved well beyond the concept of merch. Merch is still a part of the conversation, but I think everyone has started to realize like these are actually like bespoke companies.
Just before we start this video, actually, I want to show you guys something quickly. I decided I'm going to customize my shoes because everything should be customized in life. Anyway, take a look at them so far. I think they're pretty nice. Maybe they're utter shite. I really don't know. I've got this little one as well. Dizza, absolute legend if you don't know. Sticky fingers, remember the name. Alright, moving on. In this video, I thought that I would share with you guys what my YouTube business plan is. And as you would have seen, I inserted a little clip at the start with Colin and Samir, two of my favourite YouTubers, in their podcast where they just talk about how David Dobrik just launched his new perfume line. Which sounds a bit strange and out of the ordinary, and it is, but basically what they were talking about is how in the olden days, you used to have merch and maybe YouTubers would just sell one t-shirt, but nowadays merch is kind of out the window. What's happening nowadays is you have YouTubers setting up bespoke companies. David Dobrik's content is the bridge which leads to his company, right? Because if he wasn't famous, if people didn't like him, if people weren't following his content, nobody would buy his stuff from his company. But now that you have this bespoke company which is marketed just as well as your industry standard perfume company,
Invictus,
Olympia,
but it's also got a big brand backing behind it, and that brand is David Dobrik. Well, you might be asking, why is this relevant to me? As I want to be a YouTuber in my career going forwards, this is actually relevant because hopefully one day I'll have a big enough audience to start my own merch company. Anyway, onwards for my YouTube plan. So, what's happening with my channel? By 2023, I want to have 100,000 subscribers. That's my goal, that's what I'm doing all this work towards. Why 100,000? Well, I've worked out that once you have 100,000 subscribers, that's basically the amount when YouTube can become your full-time job. How am I going to get there? The big question. Well, I'm going to have four series? Yeah. Okay, so series number one is going to be Ready, Set, Sneak, which, as you guessed it, is me going to be sneaking into the craziest and biggest events. This is the series which I hope will give me the virality and get me the subscribers. I'm basically following the same kind of business / YouTube plan as
The Zach and Jay Show
did. I speak to Jamie from the Zach and Jay Show quite a lot, and they got all their initial virality and fame on YouTube from sneaking backstage at places, like when Zach snuck backstage at the Conor McGregor fight versus Floyd Mayweather, I can't even speak, what the hell? Versus, like when Zach snuck backstage, like when Zach, Jesus, I need to see a doctor. Like when Zach snuck backstage at the Conor McGregor fight. That went super viral, got like 20 million hits. So I'm going to be trying to replicate stuff like that. Now, the next series also has some virality. It's called Weird and Wonderful, which is me going to be traveling to like the weirdest and the most wonderful like events all around the UK and in Europe if I have the money to go travel there. So if you know of any kind of crazy, weird or awesome events or like things, traditions which go on, let me know. The third series, which you guys might have seen already, is called Asking Strangers, which is me going up to strangers and asking them life's biggest questions. That series doesn't really have any virality, but I do think it's important to have a range of content around your channel so that viewers aren't just coming to watch your videos because of one thing. I was chatting to Jamie about this the other day, and he was saying how important it is to show your personality and to not always be doing the craziest video ideas, because after a while it's just not going to be sustainable and you're either going to die because a lot of these crazy video ideas will get you in trouble, you'll get arrested, which I probably will in the Ready, Set, Sneak series, or just other bad stuff will happen. I can't constantly live my life just sneaking into places every week. I have to have a balance. Right? Balance. God. The fourth series, which I'm still deciding whether or not I'm actually going to do, is called The Real Story, which will be more serious and almost like an investigative journalism type documentary series where I go out and find out the real story about different events which have happened or are happening, which need to have a light shone upon them. So as you can see, I've got 4 series which I'm going to be smashing over these next 3 years. And yeah, basically I'm going to continue doing them and really going for it. And hopefully one day, one episode of one of those will go viral and I'll manage to accomplish my goal of having 100,000 subscribers by 2023. So the big question I get asked the most is how I am planning on funding all of these videos. And the answer is through freelance editing. I do a lot of freelance editing work for different companies and other YouTubers and different people. And yeah, basically all the money I earn from doing freelance editing will almost all be going back into my YouTube content for myself. If you're going to try and learn to edit, I recommend getting Premiere Pro. It's the best editing software to use. I remember 1 year ago around this time when I first started learning on Premiere Pro, I opened it up and I had no clue what was going on. I genuinely thought it was an impossible mountain which I was never going to climb because it's so complicated. But I just watched hours upon hours upon hours of YouTube tutorials on how to use Premiere Pro, and eventually fast forward 1 year to where I am currently, and I'm actually getting paid to do editing work for different companies and people. So if you're going to start learning how to edit, it's going to be really hard at the start, but stick to it, grind through it, and eventually after a bit of time you'll be genuinely surprised with how far you've come. I used to do like a lot of these Snapchat vlogs and Instagram vlogs, so I used to talk to my phone the whole time and just vlog what I was doing. They're a little bit stupid.
Good morning. I hope some of y'all still yawning, so wake up!
Probably matured a little bit now, so I don't really do them anymore. Maybe I'll do them again. But yeah, if you want to learn how to talk to the camera better, I would say start talking to your Instagram stories or vlogging stuff. So yeah, start speaking to your phone. Look like a nutter. Nutter! I swear to God, this coffee is really messing me up. I can't even speak because I've had so much of it. Colombian hot shots or whatever they're called. Little capsules from Nescafe, I think. Killing me. So last time I checked, before YouTube will monetize your channel and monetize your videos, you need at least 1,000 subscribers and at least 40,000 views. I think I'm on 30 or 20? Yeah, 20,000 views I'm on total at the moment, so I've still got a bit of work to do. Well, it's definitely not for the money and it's definitely not for the fame. I think if you're doing YouTube for those reasons, you're bound to kind of fail. They're not good goals to have. And even if you do achieve success and you do get money or whatever and you do get fame, if that's why you're doing it, I think it will ultimately lead to unhappiness. The real reason why I'm actually doing YouTube is simply because I love creating videos. At the moment, I'm perfectly happy and content doing my YouTube by myself. That's no problem, and I probably will in the future. However, I'm definitely open to starting a new channel with somebody if it's the right person. You know, he or she, if we work well together, both counter each other's weaknesses, etc. Because it has to be really the right match, otherwise it will tremendously fail and crash and burn. Okay, I think that's all good. So yeah, cheers for watching, and I'll see you next week.